We have got to talk about the 90-Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days Tell-All Part 2. We ended Part 1 on the big cliffhanger of now it's about the knuck of you buck on Adnan.
I will break your face.
So I was ready to immediately jump back into that and see what's about to go down. We pick back up with that. Adnan is still egging him on, but the host decides to just move on.
Okay, I want to go back to Niles and Matilda.
This lady has pissed me off to no end. I just want to go through the screen and snatch those cards from her and make her ask questions from watching the show, because at this point, I literally do not believe she has ever seen an episode of this season and maybe this show in general. It must really be bad, because even on Twitter, everyone who has watched the show for years say the same thing. So, girl, it's time for you to pack your bags and go. We move on and we get into Niles and Matilda. The biggest thing with them, of course, is the whole marriage and how there was allegedly confusion on when are they getting married. Breaking things down, and honestly, I felt this way even before. I do agree with Brian, and I hate saying that, but I do agree with him in the sense that Niles does have a hard time saying no.
I think Niles has a problem to say no to somebody who's angry all up in his face. He just doesn't want to be mean, conflict. And he doesn't want to say no. Because when he says no, then he gets raw. Who's going to want to say no?
Being pressured or having intimidating conversations, those do not help at all. However, he definitely can hold his own at this reunion, which proves otherwise. So he clarifies that he actually brought up marriage in a general sense, but in their culture, which I will leave it to them, if you bring up marriage, then they think immediately. So I do believe that just like any person, you know, they talk about, oh, we're going to be together for the rest of our lives. I don't believe Niles came into this saying, hey, we're going to get married as soon as I land. Like some dummy, I know. Niles' special guest is Mr. Ark, and he comes in with his nice little outfit on.
Hi, Dad. How you doing?
I'm very fine, by grace.
The biggest question that I want to answer was and it was, how do Niles' parents feel about Mr. Ark pretty much taking their place?
At first, they were not very happy. What they should have said was that they regretted not being there. But what they actually said was that, how could you be doing this? How can you do this to us?
That is very valid, because in a sense, it is like replacing them, and especially going to that extreme when their main concern was just for his safety and honestly just thinking things through. But of course, the host just moved right on after he says that.
Mr. Ark, Niles said,
girl, can we dig into that a little bit more? Stop asking questions, getting these one-word responses, and then just reading from the card. If it wasn't for Vanja and Brian and Joe and literally everyone else asking follow-up questions with their opinion attached, this would be the most boring reunion, and you would just have Adnan, which is what he's doing already, yelling at everybody. Now, they did bring up, of course, the visa situation, how Niles pretty much did not keep his promise about the timeline of bringing Matilda back to the USA.
He was going to have Matilda here in the United States within 5 months. Do you think that Niles has broken his promise?
I'm starting to get my original scammy feelings, but I'm gonna suppress it because, again, Niles has been working this reunion, and thanks to him, we have entertainment and we are holding these people accountable. But it's starting to feel like this whole thing is Project Get Matilda to the USA. Niles is working a regular job. He has made it clear he is not the richest person. He is not making a lot of money. He just doesn't have it to just spend, but they are pressuring him to go visit her when he's the only one thinking responsibly of like, no, I need to put this towards $4,000 to finish the visa process so she can be here in the long term. And even Mr. Ark is going on saying,
I have to see that nurse have taken Matilda up to US.
So for Mr. Ark to be going on saying, get her to the USA, sir, Niles already explained that he is literally taking care of her, and he's doing everything that a husband should be doing and that a husband in their culture should be doing, which is taking care of her, sending her money, like making sure she has no wants and needs. And I do feel like even from the beginning, Niles is a very sweet person. He's a very nice person. So I feel like he is going to do the right thing. It's just being human. So I really don't understand and didn't like how the host, even after Mr. Ark was going in, kept asking pretty much the same question of,
Niles, you said you need another $4,000. How long do you think it will take you to get that?
I'm working a regular job, so...
You have a new job now. Matilda, would you want him to use some of that money just to come to visit you in Ghana?
Yes.
Even if that prolongs the visa process. So Niles, right now you're not using any of that money to plan to go to Ghana just for a visit.
At some point, I will go for a visit.
That's taking money out of the visa pool.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Adnan, do you think he should skip the visit or go?
girl, please get this lady off of my screen. As I said before, y'all are better off with a little PowerPoint presentation and let them just have a roundtable discussion amongst themselves. If it wasn't for some of the camera angles, I truly would not believe that she actually filmed with them. I would believe she came, read those questions on the card beforehand, and then they just cut her in because she is so disconnected. When she does decide to ask questions, she asks Adnan for his opinion, which even for a dramatic television moment, it still did not make any sense to ask Adnan that question. But it's also, girl, you have watched all day long or all part one, him literally go in on Niles and said absolutely nothing. So now you decide you want to antagonize and get him started by asking him a question when you know he is not going to answer. And did he? No. He started to make it all about himself.
I swear, I wish to you and Matilda the best. But you not respect me, my marriage relationship. Believe my relationship.
Believe in this shit!
Anyways, moving on from that.
We were not talking about Adnan anymore, or no one was yelling at Adnan anymore. I believe he loves attention and he loves to argue with people, especially women, because there's no secret that he looks down on women. And so to make him feel powerful and to make him feel important, he likes to demean them, but he got the wrong too. Vanja and Niles, they are not to be played with. Adnan is making this all about himself, asking, why don't you respect my relationship? Do you respect my relationship? We are not on your segment. Even if the host did not want to interject or, you know, say her own personal opinion, even if she didn't want to do that, that is a logistical thing. You can literally say, well, Adnan, we are not on you right now. We will get to you. Let's move on because we're talking about Niles. But no, she didn't say anything. She was just on mute.
So let me ask Matilda. I'm sure you miss him terribly.
Yes.
Do you support my relationship?
We're not talking about you right now.
But just for asking. You like my relationship?
We are not talking about you right now.
You like my family?
Adnan, I'm going to say this one last time.
You like my family? You support us? Wishing the best to us?
Adnan continued to go on and push Niles and antagonize him to the point of Niles just had to get up and walk away.
I'm talking to you. Answer to me. You like us or you wishing the bad things to us?
Get him out of my sight.
Please calm down.
Hey.
I'm
Now
trying
sit
to.
down.
I'm trying to.
You wishing the bad us for my family?
I just need to take a step back.
Good for Niles. That is the most mature thing, and not letting Adnan make him stoop to his low level. It was just so hard to see Niles have to battle alone with someone who didn't even have the right to argue with him or to push him like that mentally or emotionally. And then the host just wants to say, Mr. Ark.
Mr. Ark, you saw your son, Niles, get very, very upset after Adnan had words with him.
Ma'am, TLC and her, they owe me and Niles and the rest of the cast an apology. That was absolutely disgusting to watch. And to let them allow. I've seen all types of TV shows. I worked on TV shows. I know you can't interject in everything, but y'all are just letting this man berate, talk condescending to women, speak out of turn. And he's just parading around, just dropping bombs and just disrespecting people. He has his dummy of a wife over here not saying anything and defending him whenever y'all ask her a question, pushing people to the point of violence, but y'all aren't saying anything. It is so bad to, even if you did say something to him, like off to the side, which I saw a clip, I don't know if that's what they were talking about or not. Y'all need to play that. Have the microphone on. Y'all have the camera on him, so turn the microphone on and let us hear that, because we deserve that. And not even for us, Niles and Vanja and everyone else that he has disrespected deserves that. That just makes me want to turn the TV off and stop watching. It really takes a lot for me to watch this now. I don't like the comments that they're making. No one is taking up for Niles. No one is speaking up. Matilda did a little bit, so I gotta give that to her.
Mind the way you speak to my husband. I don't like
Matilda, I'm sorry because but your husband didn't support my relationship. And I'm in the beginning, I'm telling him.
Stop it. I don't like it, please.
You didn't go in as hard as you needed to, but you did stand your ground with Adnan, so I gotta give that to you a little bit. But when Niles came back after he woosed-out a little bit,
He pulled that stunt because he thought he could get away with it. That's a true coward.
Mr. Ark had the nerve to make Niles apologize for walking away. Sir, did you just see what happened?
When we gather like this, you have no right, no matter it's insulting or how the one who abuse you, you have to be very calm and gentle. You better apologize for that making that mistake. Apologize to all the congregation, not me alone.
The only words I can say is that I'm sorry for walking out like that.
You as the father didn't you want to keep yelling, I'm your father, but you as the father didn't step in and defend your son, so-called. But now you want to make him apologize and be mad at him for defending himself and de-escalating so he doesn't get physical, which was the mature thing. And if he, just like Niles said, if he did get physical, then it would have been a problem.
So if I explode on him, I'm going to be wrong, right?
Yes. You will be. Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I'm okay with it.
Why are you making him apologize, and not only to you, but to everyone, including Adnan? So I'm glad that Niles at least said, look.
I am sorry, Dad. I am sorry, Matt.
Thank you.
Adnan does not deserve anything from Niles. And then Miss Tigerlilly had the audacity.
I don't really have the need to defend my husband.
I don't even know why they're asking her opinion on anything, because clearly there's no brain upstairs. Clearly she has no opinion of her own. So why even ask her? Talk to her husband, because she's only the mouthpiece for him anyway. But Tigerlilly wants to speak out of her mouth about Niles being a sugar daddy and Matilda's using him for his money and he needs to worry about getting a job.
Adnan told Niles that he was a sugar daddy. Like, that is their relationship. So I don't think there was anything wrong with that. He doesn't understand that his wife, she just wants his money. Niles better get a new job where he makes more money because his wife is not going to be happy with that salary.
Girl, you really want to talk about that? When you are a gold digging, I'm going to choose my words wisely, but ma'am, you are the one that's using men for money. Let's talk about your last husband, the CEO. You're over here when you came in parading about your Lamborghini, spending all this money.
Her kitty.
It's $26,500.
Thank you. I ended up getting pregnant. I was able to buy fancy clothes, shoes, handbags. My divorce took 4 years, and me and my children are well taken care of.
You don't work. You don't have a job.
Do you want to talk about your income? You don't work, bitch. You ain't got a job. You don't have a job.
You tried to get on here and lie, talking about you read handprints and stuff. Girl.
I'm actually a certified handwriting expert. So your handwriting shows that you are very optimistic.
I said it in the first video that I made on the season. It is clear to see you only did that just to make it seem like you have some income coming in, as opposed to the checks that you're getting from having a baby with the CEO. Some people are like, oh, well, she's a sugar mama to Adnan, which I wouldn't even give her that credit. I would say she's the sugar bank, because that money is not hers. She has not worked for that money, if she's even giving anything. But Adnan also comes from money, maybe not direct money. Both of y'all are just somehow have access to money by cheating your way through. But you are not with this little man for the right reasons. So let's focus on that. Focus on finding your own voice. Get back to your real self. Get back to who you really are. Focus on that and keeping up with your lies. Not keeping up with the Kardashians, because I know that's who you want to be, but keep up with the lies that you are telling, because you are not fooling anybody. I don't know who, that's why you're on mute. You only say things in your little behind the scene confession, but you won't say that to their face, and you say things on Instagram but you didn't say it to their face. So you worry about you and doing whatever your man says. Then she went on to compare Niles to a dog.
Niles he's a little bit kind of like a dog, like a chihuahua. And then they want to like have this big personality and they think they're like a Rottweiler. Okay, so that's Niles.
I just cannot. I just cannot with her. Her word choice and her analogies saying, oh, he's like a chihuahua that wants to act like he's bit. No, he's the only one that's gathering y'all and that's actually holding you accountable. Your husband, you can't control, and it's not like you can't control him. You have no choice. I never, ever want to see them or hear from them. However, I do love Niles and Vanja's friendship. He did get her that last episode, but I do love their friendship. This is the spinoff that you need, a Niles and Vanja spinoff, because their chemistry just meshed so well. They're the only ones out here checking everybody. All right, it's the morning after. I needed to take a break after seeing and talking about Tigerlilly and Adnan that long. Back to part 2. They bring Bozo back, which, why?
Producers were able to get Bozo to return.
Hi, everybody. I'm back.
He's just sitting there. Now we finally get to Joe and Magda, and they're like I don't like any of the couples, but they're the ones that are the most boring to me. It's just about this whole visa situation and marriage. She apparently did come to the US and visit him in Miami, and now it's just time to get engaged and move to the US, according to her. She tries to say, oh, well, he actually can come to Poland, but he doesn't want to.
I won't live with Joy. He don't want to move to Poland, so, and I like there. It's not will be easy, but yeah.
Girl, you have been crying about USA all season long. You ain't trying to stay there. The real question I need to answer to is, what is she running from in Poland? Why is she so quick to leave there just like she did, was it Paris or Germany? Why are you so quick to leave Poland? What's the tea? On brand, you have Brian out here just being hypocritical and contradicting himself in just about 10 minutes. He's chiming in, trying to ask Joe, why is he waiting so long, XYZ.
Yeah, so what are you waiting for?
I'm not rushing anything. It's only been a month.
How long is she willing to wait?
I'm not trying to waste her time or my time.
If you wait too long, maybe she's gonna get tired of waiting.
I know you proposed 7 times, Brian.
Sir, he just met the girl. And also her yelling USA every 2 seconds just like you tried to accuse Faith last episode should be considered a red flag to where you need to consider and take time. And just 2 minutes later, Brian says that Magda pushing an engagement is weird.
Does anyone think that Magda is pushing this relationship?
She's pushing the engagement part of it, which is a little weird.
But it makes sense, though, because she wants to be together with him, and that's the only way she can do that.
Yeah, but then that puts him in a pressure cooker.
Huh? It's so obvious. These people love to sit down and critique each other and tell everyone else what they're doing wrong when they're literally doing the exact same thing. Because, sir, you sound real crazy. They show a never before seen clip of the real reason that Joe had to turn back when he was late to the airport.
I told her I forgot my passport to turn back to the house, but it's actually shooters. You could just bring him on the plane.
Are you serious?
We were so late. I was like, dude, I forgot my passport. We gotta turn back. I realized I had the shooters in the fridge. It was like, on an airplane, it's like $12.
I mean, it's dumb, selfish, and not even that big of a deal in what they were trying to prove. If anything, he's a cheap alcoholic. They were more upset that he did that and disrespected Magda.
Where's your priority?
He want to make a reason to be late and he's missed the flight.
What if you missed the flight for some alcohol? How do you explain that to her? Sorry, honey.
I didn't miss the flight, though.
When I'm like, she doesn't even care. She was over here trying to pretend to be upset and roll her eyes, but...
And I know, like, he did that. He visits me, so if... I don't know.
She obviously didn't care. I was upset because it's rude and disrespectful to the production team. People that you literally had wait for an hour or over an hour because you overslept. Those people, because they also have flights. They are getting on the same flight as you more than likely. You are pushing their schedule. So to make them turn around for alcohol that is what, $15? That pissed me off because you're not thinking about the workers. I know you have money. You're in real estate, your family's well. You may not be the richest. I don't know what's in your pocket, but you ain't broke to where you need to be out here bumming for little shooters and being inconvenient. That is just a very privileged thing. We move on from them and we're on to the 14th break of the day. Vanja is trying to talk to Tigerlilly and get to know her and her story, which I appreciate. You're trying to give us a tea, girl. You're doing more work than this host, but you're also trying to connect with her.
I just want to hear a little bit about your journey. I've been to Jordan and I really loved watching everything transpire. So I know that you mentioned that you were in a kind of controlling marriage, and then you went into the whole, Adnan marriage thing on day one. So that was very bold.
I don't understand why. She is a lost cause. But it didn't take too long for her controlling men to walk on over and be like, well, what are y'all talking about? And immediately the insults start coming.
I will not be able to cover up like Tigerlilly. Leg, cleavage.
Everywhere, everyone looking to me. You like to get attention. Oh, like mine.
It's not attention. It's just I do it for myself. I like feeling pretty, sparkles, all of that. So
everything to make you feel good. Like if this makes you feel good,
He's talking about Vanja loves attention. Sir, you cannot be quiet for more than 2 seconds, even when it's not your turn, even when no one's talking about you. You have to literally make everything about yourself. So it seems like you love the attention and you love the control, just like Niles pointed out. Well, he said that about Lauren, but it goes for you too. So Tigerlilly leaves and Vanya's like, oh, well, Adnan, like, can you stay and talk?
Okay, baby, I'm gonna go upstairs. Okay, it was so good talking to you.
You too. Adnan, you stay talk to me.
Well, I can't.
I can't talk
Why
to another
not?
girl.
Look what you dressed. What
So you can look away. You can look
Even
away.
when I look at you like in the wrong time, and look at you like it's bad for me.
I know you're a married guy.
Like,
I'm not
I
gonna
have
jump
to.
on you.
But what pissed me off the most was he kept saying, why?
No guy
For what
around.
reason?
So it doesn't even matter what
You
you're
know,
wearing.
for what reason?
Because I would like to talk to you, but that's fine.
Even when they got back to the reunion set and the host was like, so I heard there was which, girl, that's so dumb. You were not there. How you're bringing it up.
There's something happened backstage with Adnan and Vanja. Vanja, what did you say that Adnan said about you? Was it?
Adnan kept saying, well, why do you want to talk to me? Why?
It
What's the
doesn't
reason
matter.
to make
Out
me
of
talk to you?
respect for our marriage,
So just because
he
I don't have a
doesn't do
penis,
that.
you cannot have a conversation with me. That makes
Just
no
like
sense to me.
I'm talking.
When literally 20 minutes earlier, you were saying how you wanted to be friends with everyone and you wanted to get to know them.
Because you know why? I want to creating a friends relationship between all of you guys. I love you, all of you. I'm trying to love you.
So why is it a problem when she's trying to connect and get to know you, which she's secretly trying to expose you? But what's the problem? Tigerlilly unmutes herself for 2 seconds and tries to explain, oh, well, he's not allowed to talk to girls and blah, blah, blah. I'm glad that you were able to memorize your handbook before you came to this reunion, but you're not fooling anyone. This is not how you have operated. This is not how people operate. This is not how you want to operate. You're like, no man was present.
Not even what you're wearing. Like, even if you were completely covered, he can't stay and talk to a girl by himself, like with no guy around.
But there were other people around. It wasn't just the two of us.
Look behind you. There's a man literally sitting there on his phone. Also, if you use your brain, well, which I know she doesn't have one, but anyone with a working brain would know that don't nobody want your man, girl. Don't nobody want him in his little Instagram filters. Don't nobody want him in his controlling ways. Vanja literally have been dragging this man all day long. So do you think she wants him? We move on to Sunny and Vesa. The update with them is that they are together, happier than ever. Vesa did reveal that they did break up when she did get back to the US, which is a little strange because that was immediately after the engagement. Obviously, the reason was because of issues with Sunny's father and him disowning him. I'm like, sir, you knew that. That's why you were literally begging during your proposal of forever. This means forever. Then he tries to say that he was upset because when they were broken up, he found out she was seeing someone else or went on a date with someone else. And he was more upset with who the person was, to which I'm like, oh, was it Rory? Is that the reason why he's not here? But no, it wasn't. It was the dog watcher.
Hi.
How are you? Got a special delivery for you.
I'm gonna let you have that one. However, Sunny and loudmouth Adnan just kept working my nerves because they were trying to shame her or accuse her of cheating because when they were broken up, she went on a date with him.
That's freaked me out at the first of all because they know each other because she was telling me we are friends. It's nothing bigger than this.
Sunny, what's wrong with you? Being controlling type. Try to be controlling like Adnan. Try.
Let me tell you, if I want to be like you, it's like I'm destroying a relationship. I want to build a relationship.
Showing her your jealousy. Showing her your manly jealousy.
Y'all were broken up. It was clear. She said allegedly there was no kissing or anything like that. So where's the problem? Where is the problem? Adnan can't help himself but to try to tell Sunny, you need to be controlling. You need to be controlling. Sir, were you just not crying in part 1 about everyone saying you're controlling? How? Show me how you're controlling.
Adnan, controlling. Tell me why controlling. Yeah, I am controlling now. She's happy. What? What do you want to do?
And you're instructing Sunny to be controlling? Please just zip your lips. This man loves attention, cannot keep his mouth closed for 2 seconds.
You like to get attention. Oh, like mine.
It's not.
This conversation is not about you.
Anyways, moving on from that, we're not talking about you right now.
And he keeps working my nerves because every time he talks to Sunny, he is over here yelling.
You're not feeling you killed after when she's talking with the other guy?
No wonder why Niles was so upset with him because he's just yelling in his ear.
Sunny, what's wrong with you? Being controlling.
The host switches the conversation to ask a question about, can men be friends with women? Or can men be friends with exes? Whatever.
Can men and women be friends with exes, with just the neighbors, whoever?
Dog walkers.
Yeah, would you say dog walkers? And is this the reason people like Adnan don't want there to be any kind of relationships between males and females that are not family?
How are you? Those are not the same thing. And I don't think that question was on her card. So maybe it is best that she sticks to reading the question. Because if that came from your brain, girl, just stop. Because what you're doing is pushing this narrative that Adnan is trying to project of controlling and literally taking the brain and the willpower of a woman and giving it to a man. Yes, you should be able to have friends that aren't just the same sex. If you have common sense, trust, respect, then yes, but you're also in a room full of clowns, so... Of course, Vanja is the only one to point out that this is a dumb question.
You can have a platonic relationship. It's not impossible. Most of my friends are male, and that's all we really are. We are friends.
Then the host tries to say, oh, well, what if that friend is the ex?
But if you find out that your ex has been in a relationship or goes out on a date with somebody who was in her life, does that make it worse?
It makes it worse.
It's rough because they were there before.
That's not the same thing. That's a totally different layer. Please take her off this reunion. We're not done with Sunny yet because Adnan wanted to bring up how Sunny is a Muslim and he had sex before marriage.
I seen you having sex before getting married. That's right or not?
That's true. I did the wrong thing.
But if you don't want to be a strict Muslim, you don't have to be a strict Muslim.
Oh, what is that you're saying from your mouth?
Oh my God, don't yell.
This is the most worst things in Allah.
Yes,
You
I
can't
know
change
that.
it. Say it, I am atheist.
Okay, yeah, let me talk.
Now, you do have a point because Sunny is sitting here writing his own rules and bending the rules that benefit him, which Adnan is doing as well.
And I do talk to my Allah that Allah, what I did, give me a second chance to figure it out.
But
and
like this is more worse.
that.
I didn't touch Tigerlilly. I didn't make sex with her until we are getting married.
But Adnan, you're going in on him so hard when you are no different. You only did it right because you found the right dummy to marry you straight from the airport so that way you can have sex. How different is that? Because after 4 months of knowing someone, an older woman with kids, where does that make sense? Which takes me back to where Tigerlilly wanted to call Matilda a sugar baby. Somebody on Twitter said she is literally raising an infant and a toddler, and you do the math as to which one is which. This sex before marriage talk leads into the religion talk a little bit more and the whole conversion, which Vesa has said plenty of times on camera already at the reunion that she is not converting. And it did not take long for Sonny's toxic side to come out. He goes on by saying, we're good now. Later she's going to convert because I need to teach her, like she doesn't know about it.
Sonny, do you want Vesa to be Muslim?
For future, yes, I do. For now, I don't want, because if I do that, I'm gonna chase her away from me. So I need to make her educated, spending time with her and teaching her things. And automatically she will find a peace in my religion and she will change it in a time.
I'm never converting to Islam.
I can't change Vesa's mind in over a day. I need a time.
Sonny, the thing is like, why would I need to convert if I don't want to?
Later, she literally said she is not going to convert.
For now, we are. For now, we are, because you don't have any idea about my religion.
For now,
educate you. I want to...
Babe.
Sir, you sound like a con artist, pyramid scheme scammer. Sonny's visa is up in South Africa, so he's about to go back home to, I think, Bangladesh and wait until his visa for the USA gets approved. If this segment did anything, it should let the people watching who work for the visa department know to deny his application immediately. Because obviously you just want to use this girl, get to the USA, and because she's not going to change, break up with her, and then boom, you're in the USA. It ain't going to work like that. Put me on the committee, Homeland Security. First line of action, deny Sonny's visa application and revoke Adnan's. Now we go on to Brian and Ingrid, and I left with more questions than when I started. They obviously both have said in the beginning, Brian is seeing a new person and Ingrid is also dating a new person. We rewatched this uncomfortable scene of them getting freaky deaky. Nice coming.
Passa aí, passa nas pernas.
And we break it down further, but with his daughter.
Hey. Hi, Brianna.
Hey, how are you?
Of all people, why? I don't even want to break it down. They go back and forth about the same thing with the condoms and that whole thing. Then he brings up how apparently at some point she wanted to go to the store, or they were driving and they passed the store and she was like, oh, well, stop here and we can get condoms. And he's like, well, the store is obviously closed, but why would she ask that if she didn't want to do anything? She said it then and she said it now that she would. Literally, the only reason why she didn't do it then was because you didn't have condoms. He wants to use this wheelchair excuse so bad. Even how he used it by saying,
so if we go down the street and then there's a curb I got to jump off of, I go jump off of it. I don't wait for you to help me. So we're talking and I'm just going to jump off the curb. And she's like, oh my God. You know, it's like, relax. So everywhere we went was that, and she just wasn't used to that. She has a little boy that's like 3 years old, and she was treating me like her son.
I thought he was gonna say because she was judging him and not being supportive. She's literally trying to be supportive and trying to help you, because you over here complaining when you literally needed help get into her driveway and she had to help you because it was different.
Vai essa lado da esquerda.
Não, volta.
Vai, não.
Volta,
Vai lá da
Brian.
esquerda.
Ai, meu Deus.
Ingrid's house was not built with wheelchair accessibility in mind.
I know you've been a white man from Illinois. You can speak fluent Portuguese, so you are the expert of Brazil. However, it's a little bit different, and I would trust someone that's born and raised there than some little fetish chasing man from Illinois. The only confusing part from her end was when he said that during the time when they were getting freaky deaky, she stopped him and was like, I have a boyfriend, which immediately we're like, that didn't happen. But she says, I said I'm seeing someone. It felt good knowing that I wasn't the only one, even the host who didn't watch the season. She was confused too. But of course, we move on. There is no clarity on that, nothing. Vanja brings up the point that his daughter is literally 1 year younger than Ingrid.
I just gotta ask, how old are you exactly?
32.
So Ingrid is younger than her.
Ingrid's older. 1 year.
For me, that would be weird.
Brian is out here trying to be an old player, and it's gross to see. I'm not out here trying to age shame or anything, but again, Vanja, not the host, brought up another great point.
Is that a recipe for success, though? Because
really.
you tend to date younger girls who
not
obviously are not on the same level as you.
Okay.
Like in terms of what they want out of a relationship.
You keep going for these younger women. You tried 7 times and it failed. You are older, lying about your age, and going after women who are your daughter's age. You need to do some change. I don't know where things are with them. For some reason, they're bringing his new girlfriend on next week. Why? I don't know, but we'll see. They break for another lunch, and the dream team and Brian are together, and they're just recapping on the whole Adnan situation.
You heard me say, I will break your face in front of these cameras. Insult me all you want. Have a go at me all you want. Don't go at my family. Don't go at my wife.
And then Adnan is with the other guys.
Hello.
What you want? You want to hear her? Where?
And Tigerlilly is dismissed.
Take a food. Okay. I'm not comfortable to you sit with us.
Okay.
Bye.
And he joins the guys, and she goes and sits and eats by herself. That was her choice, right? So outside, they talk about Adnan a bit, and obviously. But then they bring Brian and Ingrid, and Brian says some little toxic response about her.
Just let her blab her mouth and talk her, but otherwise, I just let it pass. Okay. I think I need to get inside, guys.
I could tell Niles is literally trying to hold in his comment, but as soon as Brian rolled away,
I don't think Brian should have did what he did when it came to,
Yes.
like a creep. That's all that what it is.
They go back inside, and Adnan is just hyped up from Lauren, of all people.
I didn't expect for Niles to hate me. Niles might hate everyone, I don't know. You asked Niles a very simple question. You asked him about whether or not he respects your family, he loves your family, he wants your family good.
He didn't
and
answer.
he could not give you yes or no.
He didn't answer.
And he's ready to try to get attention on him yet again and antagonize people. And this is when it gets to the clip that we saw in the trailer, as well as the preview for this episode.
You know what people down south do to people who do that kind of stuff?
Centering yourself.
No, step back.
But I'm really, really pissed because there was no new footage and they cut it right when everything was about to get good. I need Niles to throw hands, which I don't think he did. So we move on to part 3 of the 4-part tell-all. So there's still more to get into apparently. So we shall see. All of the episodes are on my Patreon. The full episode with commentary with me. We watch it together. That is linked in the description below. I'm so pissed because this part 2, I literally watched live, recorded, and the file was corrupt. I spent all day last night and this morning trying to download everything to my computer to try to repair it, restore it. If y'all know any hacks, comment below and DM me or whatever, and we can make it happen. But I just could not. So part 2 is up just by itself. So that's why I wanted to go into detail and give my take, which is probably a good thing because I probably went a little too hard on Tigerlilly and Adnan. However, join me over on Patreon. I am trying to do more videos on YouTube as well, but also TikTok if we will still have it, who knows. Follow me there and we'll dive into everything. Let me know your thoughts on this season so far and the tell-all. I'm still heated at TLC and this host Sean. I don't like it. I don't like it, and I don't like it being not acknowledged. So TLC, do better.